Hi there, thanks for coming over. I wanted to talk today about working mums and how it is to have to get everything done. Because one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, oh my gosh, Rachel, how do you get everything done? You're always doing this and you're doing that. You do so much. And so what do I do? I work full time outside of the home. I'm a working mum. And on the subject of working mum, let me just say that if you work outside of the home and you have children, you are a full-time mum. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Because just because you work outside the home doesn't mean that that part of your brain kind of switches off. That means that you're like all of a sudden now you're a part-time mum. No, you're still a full-time mum. So back on track. I'm a full-time mum. I work outside of the home. I'm a life coach. I'm a motivational speaker and I'm a multi-crafter. I like making a fist. So there's 5 things. Can probably find more anyway, but those are the main 5 things, yeah? And so even when I have spare time, I'm still doing something. So in my spare time, I will always be sitting there with a notepad or a pen in my hand, planning or working something out. I might have a crochet hook and wool in my hand, or I may be sewing or sitting there with my hot glue gun and gems. I'm always doing something, which is why people always just like, how do you do all of the stuff that you do? How do you get everything done? So this video is to tell you how I get everything done. And there is a science to getting everything done. And I'm going to tell you it right now. The secret of getting everything done is I don't. And you probably knew that was coming anyway. But no, I don't get everything done. I can't get everything done. It is absolutely impossible. However, if you're watching this video and you're like, I don't know what she's talking about, because I get everything done. I do everything. If you're one of those people and you've figured out that secret of getting everything done, comment below, link me to your video or something, because I want to know how you get everything done. Not so that I can do it. I'll just be too tired, but I'll just be fascinated to watch you run around and get everything done yourself. But no, seriously, there is so much that you have to do as a working mum, and there's a lot of pressures as well that comes with it, because you have to be, a star in the workplace, you have to be a star at home, and there's a lot that's attached to that. The way that I get through everything, first of all, I said I don't get everything done because it's impossible, is prioritizing. But the way that I get everything done is by planning. So plan your year, have things that you want to achieve for the whole year. Plan your year, plan your months. So plan your quarters, sorry. So plan your year, plan your quarters. So you've got your plan for what you want, the things that you want to achieve during the year. Plan which of those you can achieve in your quarters. Plan which of those in those quarters that you can achieve in those months. So in the month of April, what would you want to do? In the month of May, what do you want to do? Then plan your weeks as you come up to them. So when you're coming up to the week ahead, plan what you need to get through this week so that it brings you closer to your monthly goal. And then plan your day. You can plan yourself to death, and that's another video that I'm going to do, because it sounds like I'm talking a lot of planning, but you do have to have a plan, right? So that's the first thing. Have a plan. Know what you're doing, because there might be football practice, then there's going to be stuff for work, and they clash. Or you're going to have to find yourself in 2 places at once. Not possible. So plan. The second thing you need to do is ask for help. But even before you ask for help, rewind. You need to be open to receiving help. Those are 2 very different things. How many times has somebody come up to you and says, oh, do you need help? Or would you like me to? And what do you say? Because I've done it. I've been there. What do you say? No, I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm all right. Do you know what happens when you do that? Whatever you put out into the universe is what you get back. So when you're putting out into the universe, no, I'm okay. I don't need the help. I'm all right. The universe kind of thinks, you know what? Over here, the help is kind of blocked. there's a barrier here to the help that could go. So let me push the help over to somebody else who wants it, which is why after a while, people stop asking, do you need help? Because they realize, you know what? Nah, she don't need my help. Oh, but I can help, blah, blah, blah. And when people ask you for help, you will know who asked you for help. When they ask you for help, they're doing it because you get something good out of doing something good for someone else. So when you're saying no to that person, you're rejecting that person and the pure help from the goodness of their heart that they wanted to bestow your way. So before you can even, and asking for help is a big thing. So people say, ask for help. But before you can ask for help, because that's about pride, it's about, I should be able to do it all on my own. I'm superwoman. If I ask for help, I'm going to be, I'm going to be looking like I'm not capable. Asking for help is a good thing. But before you can get the strength to ask for help, you have to be in a receptive mode to receive it. Open your arms to the help when someone says, do you need help? Because yes, you're going to be, you're helping that person as well, because for them, I've done something great. And for you, that's an extra half an hour, an extra hour, an extra 3 hours, depending on what the person is helping you with, that you could be putting into yourself, filling yourself up, doing something for yourself. Sometimes it's just a bit of peace and quiet that you can have, or it can prevent you from feeling that you're stretched and rushing around. And so when you have your child back after the help or whatever it is that they've offered you, you are showing up in a better form of yourself. So ask, but receive help. The other thing that you need to do in order to get everything done is have time for yourself. And by doing that, it's ditching the guilt. There's a lot of guilt, and I kind of hinted at that earlier. As a working mum, you're at work and there's other people in the office or wherever it is you work that don't have the same pressures as you, or they may have more or less. Everybody's different. But when you get that phone call that says, oh, you need to be at the school because little Johnny scraped his knee and you have to run out of work, there's that guilt with, oh, my colleagues are able to sit there and get their work done and my work is going to pile up and that's going to, and it just feeds into that whole guilt of I'm not good enough. I can't get everything done. I'm not as good as the person sitting next to me. And then you're at home and you feel I'm not there for my kids. I'm not doing the homework. I'm not there for the school play, or I was late picking them up, or all of those things. There's a lot of guilt that is attached to working mothers. And there is, there's pressures as well that if you decide to work out the home, you need to be an A-star woman. It's like you also have to prove yourself in work. Yes, I'm a working mum and I can get everything done. And then you have to prove yourself at home. Yes, I work outside of the home, but then my house is spotless and I've got everything done. There is an awful lot of pressure, and with that pressure comes an awful lot of guilt. The first step of that is ditching the guilt. And it's by realizing that none of us are perfect. None of us is the perfect worker. None of us are the perfect mother. None of us are the perfect anything. But society puts those standards that make us feel that we have to be this perfect person. It doesn't exist. And start realizing that you are enough with what you currently do. The last thing, have fun. Have time for yourself. Go out, go get your toes done. Go get your feet done. Book yourself go to the cinema. Take yourself out on a date. Go have a cup of coffee. Take half day off work and come home and just be in the house and it's quiet and you're alone. Or book the day off and just be home alone. Or take yourself out to the park. Take yourself out for lunch. Do something for yourself. Have fun. Remember who you were before you were this career-driven person or, this super Sonic super mum, you know, the mum when you see the picture, and I'm sure there's been pictures of these mums everywhere where, you know, you're holding the baby in one hand and you got the cell phone in the other and the briefcase hanging from one arm, and you're in your power suit and you're stirring the pot with your toe because you've got the wooden spoon between your feet. You know, you're like an octopus doing everything. We're not that, you know. So treat yourself. Be kind to yourself. Remember who you were. Remember who you are. Those are my thoughts in terms of how, see, that's how I get everything done. So when you say, Rachel, how do you get everything done? I get everything, I get what needs to be done. Okay? So be kind to yourself. Thank you for watching this video. Again, I just had to get that off my chest. Stay tuned. See you soon. Bye.